let the music play a little longer, but I don't feel very whimsical today. That's right. Look it up. Look, I don't have to tell you that things in America are bad. Everybody knows our economic and moral situation is terrible. They say it's a depression we're in, a recession. That's what they say. Everybody, all of you, scared of losing your jobs, or better yet, none of you can even find one, especially here in Temecula. But that doesn't stop the man from building multi-million-dollar homes in the midst of a looming million-dollar tax cut that is heading our way. Words Jerry Brown. $100 buys you 40 bucks worth of stuff these days. Banks are going bust. Entire countries are systematically eradicated. Look at Greece. Look at France. Shopkeepers keep guns underneath their counters, and for good reason. We got punks, thugs, gang members running around in the street in tight jeans, especially in areas that are lower on the socio-economic scale. Let's compare Murrieta and Temecula and French Valley to Paris, Moreno Valley, or Pomona. And all the while, nobody seems to know what to do about it. There's no end to it. We know that the air is unfit to breathe. What an interesting way to create demand. So we spend money on air purifiers, money that you probably don't even have. But it doesn't stop there. Our food. All of a sudden the food is unsafe. Now we have to worry about pink slime or genetically altered food or cloning or the people from Monsanto. Have you guys heard of them? Those are the hazmat wearing, monopoly owning company that don't even eat their own food from what I heard, and yet it's widely distributed for mass consumption. You people sit at home watching your TVs while your so-called friends at Fox News tells you today that we had 20 homicides, firestorms going out of control, our president's not even from this country, and women can't get the same health care right as men, and this is the stuff that you're supposed to expect from your friends at Fox News. Worse than that is, it's crazy. It's like everything everywhere is going insane. And all the while, you don't even go out anymore. You sit inside your house while the world around you becomes smaller and smaller and smaller as your rights, your liberties are being stripped from you in the name of national security. And what do, huh? You probably cower in your living room saying, please, please, please leave us alone in our homes. Let me have my flat screen TVs, my iPads. Let me keep my Keeping Up with the Kardashians, American Idol, and let's not forget my welfare check, my Section 8, my unemployment, my food stamps. Wait. Let's get a little real and hot in here. There's no such thing as food stamps because we don't believe in the gift of shame anymore. Let's mask the embarrassment of being on food stamps and not being able to provide for your family because either you're lazy or your work ethic is non-existent and broke. And for you parasitic people out there, we will mask your iniquities and we'll make it acceptable for you to suck on a government tit. And we're going to make it more commercial so you can go out there and flash your card. We're going to go ahead and call it Cow Fresh. I mean, it's commercial, and Lord behold, if you start to produce on your own, if you start to think on your own, if you start to go out there and get your education and work on your own. I mean, think about it. How come they don't want to extend tax cuts to the middle? Only the brokest people or the top 1%. Where are my holy rollers at, huh? I believe the Lord made His disciples fishers of men. He taught them things. He taught them how to produce. He gave them the tools to go out there and move forward. He didn't just give them fish and say, hey, here's 5 fish, come back every day and sign some forms, give you some more fish. If you're good enough, I'll give you a hush puppy or some nonsense like that. But hey, what am I talking about? What am I talking about? We have the more fortunate, more affluent people running around here like things are okay because they have the power of choice, because they have money, they have more income. Yet they choose to be ignorant of the signs around them because you want to know why? They're probably wrapped up in their pathetic, materialistic, let the good times roll, club hopping, drug indulgent, status-obsessed life. If it's not a gas-sucking SUV that you're whipping in, it's a freaking Hot Wheels racer, speed racer car. And then all the time you're looking for women to lay down with in your bed. You want to lay down with a beautiful fool. No one that knows anything. Or you're looking for a big, strong, drinking, gangster guy that's going to treat you like crap, give you a complex, and then one day you're going to become a lesbian. Or one day you're going to be telling your children that daddy ain't shit. No, it was you the one who chose him. It goes both sides. But hey, that's for a different story, you know. Some people would say it's the have-nots' fault. They need to be responsible for their choices. And you shouldn't chastise the successful people. Because it's fair. Everybody had the same opportunities growing up. Are you kidding me? You mean to tell me that born in Little Rock, Arkansas, I have the same educational opportunities as the guy that's in Rhode Island or New England? New England's not, that's a region. The same opportunities as somebody that's in, it's a good affluent neighborhood. I mean, that's, I don't want to say Malibu, that's too like materialistic. I don't know, somewhere in that top percent, man. In Boston or something like that, huh? Is it fair? You tell me. And if it's not, what are you more affluent people, you more intelligent people with the moral and responsibility to look out for your fellow men, what are you doing about it? And if it is, then tell me and everybody else what the problem is. Let me know. And I'm going to keep bugging you about it. I'm going to be that little tick that's going to just suck the ignorance right out of your thick head. You want me to leave you alone? I won't leave you alone. I will never leave you alone. I want you to become aware. I want you to get mad. Am I saying protest? No, I'm not saying protest. Am I saying riot? Absolutely not. Have you ever been pepper sprayed? I have. Not fun. Writing your congressman? There's a choice. I'm not sure what your personal story is, but that choice is certainly out on the table. But I just want you to think. I want you to become aware. You know, I don't know what to do about the recession. I don't know what to do about the inflation, the Trilateral Commission, the freaking stiff tea parties, or the radical liberals, the Eurozone, the crime in the street, the Federal Reserve. All I know is first, you have to be aware. You have to get mad. You're a human. Your life counts. My life has value. From that top 1% to that bottom 99%, to that guy in front of the liquor store in Ukaipa that sits there and preaches to himself from 11 o'clock at night to 5 in the morning. You know, from that 4-star general to that lowly PFC that just got reduced to private, who thinks that his world is coming to an end. Everybody has that power to make a difference. For those of you that have children, don't you want them to have what you never have? Isn't each generation supposed to be better? Or we're going to bury them with loans to other countries. Their Social Security is not even going to count. Now they got to pay back for something that we did. Huh? Don't you ever look at your little daughter, your little son, as he unknowingly interacts in this increasingly strife and chaos-ridden world? Does that not bother you? Does that not strike a nerve? If it does, then you gotta do something. You gotta be aware. You gotta ignore these distractions that are being thrown at you in every other direction. I can sit here and preach till I'm blue in the face, but at least I'm doing something. I'm taking that step. That's why I created this show. You have the power to do something. Do it. And don't let no one tell you that you can't make a difference, that you don't count. There's always been that small, dedicated group of people that change the world. You notice that? Read a history book. As I already repeated in one of my shows, the streets are littered with the bodies of those people who did not think it could happen to them. And with that being said, think about what I just said. When something significant happens, a revolution, it's usually not the majority. It's that small group of dedicated freedom fighters. Did I just throw the R word? Am I saying that a revolution is coming? I didn't say that. I said you can make a difference. And do not let no one tell you you can't at all. And as I just demonstrated, for you people out there that believe that what you see is it, it's just black and white, it's red, has nothing to do with it. You should judge a man by the content of his character and his work ethic, not what he looks like, not what he wears. Of course, there are certain things that you must wear in attire for job interview. That's not what I'm talking about. You know what I'm talking about. But don't worry. We'll take this step together. Follow me. Stay tuned for my next show. And I'm going to go ahead and the video will apply to this video. It's called Dear White People. Remember this. Dear White People. This is just not for white people or for black people, but YouTube it. It's called Dear White People. Look at that trailer and then look at the video reply that somebody else did, and I'm going to reply to that because I have a lot to say. And I also want to say that this speech was inspired by the hit film 1976.
This is just my intro.
This is just my intro. Circus, Inception, Circus.